That is just so brutal. Very, very illegal in mixed martial arts, but so are metal arms. You always want to diversify your attacks. Punches to the head, punches to the body, kicks to the leg, kicks to the body, kicks to the head. You gotta keep your opponent guessing, and that's what she's doing really well. Ow, the disrespect. Every single move he's done so far would get him kicked out of a dojo. This guy would sell so many UFC pay-per-views because everyone would buy them just to watch him lose. Hey guys, RJ Clifford here, Sirius XM radio host for all things mixed martial arts, also a retired fighter, aka washed up has-been. I've been forcing my opinion on MMA fans for 15 years, so I was absolutely stoked when I got to force my opinion on video game fans. So let's get started. Let's take a look at Mortal Kombat 11.
99.
All right, Johnny Cage. First off, you could never hit a guy who's wearing glasses, so he's got that going for him. But going against him, he's fighting a guy with a knife, so that might change up your game a little bit. Like Rambo when he was homeless. There we go. See, if you're gonna mess up a guy like that, and you're gonna beat him up and he's gonna be hurt, you don't want to throw him away from you. You've got him right where you want him. Throw him to the ground and finish the fight. Why is he throwing him 10 feet across the way? See, he's going for style points. It might cost him at the end. We'll see. We'll see how this ends. Oh, that's just disrespectful. That's just mean. The man's got kids and you're gonna embarrass him like that. Nice throw though. Dick punch! Oh! Okay, so that's very illegal in mixed martial arts, but here's a little dirty secret about UFC fighting. Referees almost never call fouls, so if you can get away with a couple dick punches, go ahead, especially because the guy's got a knife. I'm telling you, to start off a punching combination, a dick punch might be the way to go. Back flip, head kick, turn green. That'll get you a performance bonus for sure, especially if you can do 2 of them in a row. Switch your stance. See, that's called shifting. When you go from one stance to the other to close distance. So you start in a right-handed stance, left foot forward, right foot back, switch to right foot forward, left foot back. So not only have you closed the distance, but you've switched stances and you've thrown your opponent off. He doesn't know where the strike's gonna come from. Jab, left hook, and uppercut. Video games love uppercuts because you can send guys just flying through the air. Punch, kick, 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 same side, and then switch. That's beautiful. Shoulder strike. Now he's like a football player fullback. Yeah, you can tell Johnny Cage is flashy because he's going kicks all the time. Big flashy kicks, wide kicks, and he never has to worry about the sun getting in his eyes because he's got sunglasses on. Yeah, Rambo's getting beat up here with a lot of flashy kicks. Who would root for the Hollywood guy against Rambo? Come on.
Whoa, John, it's a win-win.
Low kick, and bicycle kick. I wonder if Johnny Cage played soccer. Oh, I don't know what that was. Jumping double front kick. Both legs, ow, down he goes. So Johnny Cage has a very fan-friendly style. And as we know in mixed martial arts, it's not just enough to win, but you gotta win with style points. And that's what Johnny Cage does. Big flashy kicks, got the sunglasses, taunts his opponent. The man's gonna sell some pay-per-views.
You're welcome.
I believe this version of Sonya Blade is inspired by Ronda Rousey. So you have like a judo, MMA styles. You can tell she's got the gloves. Oh, it's always nice to have a tripwire to choke somebody with. Behind, knee to the back, and slam. Yeah, I think you only need to do that once and the guy's normally dead. But I guess having a whole suit of metal armor kind of helps defend a little bit. Nice combination right there. 1, 2, knee, that's beautiful. See, she's going body, she's going head, she's going knee. She's mixing up all of her strikes, right? Going high, low, and end it with the front kick. Beautiful. And if you can do 3 kicks while in the air simultaneously, you've got a good career in fighting. A little foot sweep, beautiful. And now she turned this foot sweep into an attack on top. She could have just stayed in side mount there, but these video games like you to be, in stand-up. So this is a great finish. So normally in MMA, if you can just stand over your opponent like that and just throw strikes and end the fight, you're good. And then you can do the double strike like she did. Bam, destroy the ribs and heart, fight's over, and probably his life. Simple double jab, little hook at the end. Now she's switched to a right-handed stance. Now she's in southpaw stance, so strikes are different. Good, she's going high and low. Jab, leg kick. That was an up elbow, overhand right, flying knee. Now she switches to southpaw, so she can do the same thing, which completely screws up your opponent's defense. Because they're thinking, oh, the jab's coming from the left, the cross is coming from the right. You switch to a southpaw stance, and everything's inverted. Completely different defensive adjustment for that. So that's always fun. Proton cannon, then throw your punching combination, and then shoot him with another proton cannon. I assume that's a proton cannon. I don't know the cannons in this game. Again, go low, go high. I've never seen the push-up kick before. I'll tell you what, your opponent will never see it coming. And And then the axe kick. See, that axe kick is just a slap in the face. That's like the most embarrassing thing you can do to a fighter. In Muay Thai, if you do a front kick right to the face, it's like taking off your glove, slapping him, and saying, you're a weenie.
You'd be lucky to shine my boots.
See, she's striking beautifully because you don't always want to throw your heaviest strike first. You want to set up your heavy strike. So she's going punch, punch, simple combos, then her elbow, and then she ends with the most powerful strike. So you've got your opponent all discombobulated, you're throwing combinations, he's blocking, he doesn't know what's happening, and then bam, you hit him with the fight ender. Or you can just throw 4 kicks to the face. So leg kicks can be devastating in a fight. It's one of the strikes that looks like it hurts the least, but it can cause a ton of damage. You'll be limping on that leg. There's fights that end in the UFC just by leg kicks. You notice when she's throwing these kicks, she's using the momentum to do her spin kicks. Instead of going back to her stance, she's just continuing to rotate. So she's using all that momentum to keep her kicks going, which is unorthodox, but if you could pull it off and not fall on your butt, more power to you. So this is beautiful. Flying knee to the body, that does 2 things. 1, you strike your opponent, which sucks. 2, it closes the distance, so now she can clinch and then throw more knees. So if I can hold my opponent's head and then throw knees to them, they're gonna be peeing blood for a while. All right, here's Cassie Cage dressed as Harley Quinn, and she's taking on the Joker. So this is a domestic squabble, I would assume.
Admit you have a problem.
Oh, and she's got a drone? She's got her own little, like, less adorable flying R2-D2. That's gotta be handy. Switch to southpaw, low kick. Switch to right hand, low kick, uppercut, down goes Joker. You always want to diversify your attacks. Punches to the head, punches to the body, kicks to the leg, kicks to the body, kicks to the head. You got to keep your opponent guessing. That's what she's doing really well. And she's using really fast-paced strikes because I would assume Joker's got the strength advantage, so she's not trying to get in there and just kind of like throw hooks or get in clinches. She wants to throw fast, she wants to throw mean. Get out of there and do it again. And the push kick at the end to get him away from you. There you go. You're throwing a combination and you don't want him to stay there. Word to the wise, if you have a gun, use it. And I would use it a little earlier than she did. Right away. Like, why waste time punching and kicking when you can just shoot him in the kneecap? So this is a fun combination. Overhand left, uppercut to the body, and they turn that into like a spinning overhand right. So if your opponent is trying to block one side or the other, they're not gonna be able to because you're coming right over the top. You don't see it very often, in fact, almost never, until Harley Quinn did it. All right, now she's switching to kind of a Muay Thai style. Elbow, knee, push kick, get him away. Now it's all flashy kicks. Low kick, wheel kick, and then spinning back kick with a jump. A little hot sauce on it. It's always nice to have a gun in a fight. World's best fighter versus world's worst gun. Gun wins. All right, Jax Briggs. Metal arms, always a good thing. Now this I've never seen before, and this may revolutionize mixed martial arts fighting. Why is that good? Well, when you throw a knee, a head has space to move backwards and your knee has space to move back. Motion's going this way, motion's going that way. If your knee is stationary and you throw a head to it, there's no reverb. There's no space for it to kind of bounce back. It's just all stationary target. That's gonna hurt. Standing rear naked choke. Excellent technique, standard issue submission in mixed martial arts. Like when they're done and you wanna be disrespectful, yeah, you throw them over to the side and you're done. But normally they don't keep fighting. Now, picking someone up by the throat, punching them repeatedly with cast iron arms that are burning up, I don't know what's gonna hurt more. Like, you got the skin burning, got the face getting beat up, you got their trachea getting crushed. If you can pull it off, pull it off. So, little curveball, Jax is fighting his daughter, Jackie. So you got the mental edge. She finally called the old man out, and it cost her.
I hate it when you do that.
So you can tell with those arms how much more powerful he is than other players in this game. He's throwing 2-punch combinations, and his opponent's going 30 feet back. Defying the laws of gravity is not something a lot of MMA fighters train for, but if they can figure that out, they'd have a pretty big advantage. He's doing a 360 attack, so instead of throwing a punch and doing like a 180 and letting the strike go, he's doing a complete 360 and hitting him with the near hand. So there's even, you have that extra like centripetal force. Now this is a great combination. This is a really good combination that a lot of wrestlers do against strikers. So when you're a wrestler and you know your opponent is expecting takedowns, you can punch low so they think you're changing levels to shoot a double leg takedown. So when they start leaning forward to try to sprawl, you've thrown that jab, then you come up with an uppercut. Chad Mendes tried this combination against Conor McGregor when they fought in the main event of a pay-per-view. Didn't work out well for him, working out better here. So So now he's using his punches to set up a sweep takedown. So punch, punch high. The opponent thinks defense, hands up. Then he goes sweep the leg. And if you can cave someone's head in with punches when they're laying down, you're probably gonna win. Very, very illegal in mixed martial arts, but so are metal arms. So now he's going leg kick, punch, throw. A lot of times fighters use throws to set up their strikes. He's using his strikes to set up the throw. Punch, kick, get your tie up, get your throw. That is just so brutal. It's like overhand rights, but like overhand rights. Just bam, 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 back of the head, night, night. Oh, this is sweet. Flying knee to Superman punch. Now you're just showing off. Now, Superman punch is really good to close distance, but he's already got the distance. So instead of using that Superman punch to cover a lot of ground, it's just all power for a finishing shot. You can also tell too, like when the master is fighting the student, the master always holds a couple moves back so the student doesn't know what to do. I imagine if Jax is the crafty fighting veteran that he is, he's kept a couple tricks up his sleeve. All right, here's Kano. Yeah, it's important to take your pee before you fight. You can't say, time out, bad guy, I gotta go use the loo. All right, he just looks mean, and he certainly fights exactly how he looks. Double choke, headbutt, down you go. Headbutts were banned in the UFC decades ago, but man, was it a brutal weapon. I still think Mark Coleman would be UFC heavyweight champion still today at 900 years old if they kept headbutts. And the gooch grab into headbutt. This is the dirtiest fighter of the game. Oh, the disrespect. Every single move he's done so far would get him kicked out of a dojo. No respect, doesn't bow before, takes a pee before. See, that was a good little leg trip though. Pick her up, slam, and he's dropping her right on his knees. Again, stationary knee and a moving target. She's gonna need a chiropractor. Picks her up, bam. Oh, little tumbling drill there. Maybe they're on the same cheerleading squad in high school. Okay, now he just turned himself into a flying baseball. I have no idea how to defend that. Maybe turn yourself into a giant baseball mitt? I don't know. Okay, now it's the aerial attack flying baseball. There is no defense that any person can do against this. I imagine it's gotta get you pretty tired. Again, 2 quick jabs, sets up the bigger attack. Bam. You use your lead hand, your jab, quick, and then big one. And now he's spitting on her. So he's got a knife, he chokes, gooch grabs, and now he's spitting on people.
Blake's gotta mark his territory.
This guy would sell so many UFC pay-per-views because everyone would buy them just to watch him lose. Especially against a sweetheart like this. She's still got a knife in her. And she's still fighting. Double leg, slam, foot stomp to the stomach. Now, you're not allowed to foot stomp in mixed martial arts. Borderline illegal, but again, in MMA, there's no such thing as rules, just suggestions. Get away with as much as you can. Rolling Thunder. Justin Gaethje does this move, where he does this jumping, rolling attack. Like he jumps in the air, does a somersault, and kicks you. It's called Rolling Thunder. He's never knocked anybody out with it, but he's definitely gotten a lot of fans doing it. All right, let's move on to the Terminator, aka the Governor, aka Arnie. So Terminator versus RoboCop. 10-year-old me is losing his mind right now. And yeah, my parents probably shouldn't have let me watch these movies at that young age. So when you have the strength of a Terminator, the game is completely changed. Because in martial arts, it's all about using your strongest muscles and your strongest moves against their weakest parts of their body. But when you're so strong, you can just pick someone straight up with their arm, like you're no longer doing martial arts. Grab them, pile driver on your shoulder, throw them to the side, wash, rinse, repeat. Now he's walking away, setting something up. Bam, momentum. So he gave himself distance to do this basically like football linebacker tackle. And then we find out what RoboCop nuts are made out of. Oh, he catches him in the air, body lock, and bear hug. We haven't seen anyone really do a lot of bear hugs in MMA, but every older brother has done it to every little brother. And so maybe the game is just waiting for that next evolution, the bear hug squeeze. Okay, now he's doing some martial arts here. Jab, cross, jab. Now he's putting together combinations. You take super strength and credentialed boxing technique, and you've got a Terminator. Punch, punch, and foot stop to the knee. That is a dirty move. Some fighters do it. And now he's going standing hammer fist. You can break a collarbone that way if you do it right. You see a lot of fighters use an elbow to go on top of the head like that because it's a lot more powerful here. Your elbows have got a lot more strength than your bottom of your fist. But he's going fist because he's Terminator. So here we go. He closes the distance with a flying knee, punch, and then double punch. Undefendable, the double punch. How would you possibly defend the double punch? You're punching twice with both arms. It's undefendable. Can't generate any power, but he's Terminator. It's a nice little setup. Stomp the foot, flying knee. Real easy, 2-strike combo. You can keep your hands up and block. I've never fought a man with a metal skeleton, but I gotta imagine it wouldn't be fun. Now they're not gonna move very fast, but you really can't hurt them. You gotta go all head strikes. So Jax is my favorite character, because when you've got those really strong, powerful metal arms, you can do what you want. And they start heating up and you can burn somebody, that's a whole new element to the game. Your opponents have to worry about getting punched, getting kicked, getting taken down. Now they gotta worry about 3rd-degree burns. How do you defend that? It's impossible. All right, that's my breakdown of Mortal Kombat 11. I hope you loved it as much as I loved doing it. Make sure you check out Gamology on YouTube and Facebook, and if you want to check out me on social media, I'm on Twitter and Instagram at RJCliffordMMA. Till next time, later. So there's even, you have that extra centrifugal force. Centrifugal? Centrifugal force. Centrifugal force. Thank you. Centripetal force. I get hit in the head a lot.